You know what it is? It's the Front Left podcast, Front Left of all conversations. My name's Tezza and I'm joined with
Trigger Trait.
Something is Josh Lifts. Actually, that was decent.
Have you actually done it? You done it?
Why is your voice so deep? I actually done it.
No, people said I can speak more, so I'm gonna speak more, innit?
That's good, man. Take you.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Yeah, go for it. You start it.
Yo, we've already done the introduction, so let's go. First topic we're gonna divulge into is the Harry and Meghan situation.
Alright, cool. Alright, basically, what I've been looking at in the papers, or if everyone knows that Harry and Meghan kind of were like, fuck it, I'm done with the royal family, I'm done all this, and they haven't decided to defect, but they decided not to be taking the income, and decided to go on it on their own, but it kind of looks bad now on the royal family. So then what I've gathered from it is like they've chipped now to Canada. And wait, what happened next? I don't know what actually happened next.
nothing's been decided. They haven't shipped to Canada. It was just that was one of the places that they were gonna
Get a little bit of privacy in it, a little bit of privacy, and you know.
Yeah. So basically, what's happened is like Meghan has taken lead. Well, it looks like from
royal duties.
Yeah, from her perspective, it looks like she's taken the lead, and then she's removed her family from the limelight because of all the criticism that she's been receiving.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly her, not Harry, because Harry's the darling of the family. But so basically she's just trying to protect her family. She doesn't want to live or grow up in a world or society where everyone is coming for her because the media have some kind of agenda.
But do you think she should have knew that from the beginning? Because first of all, yeah,
not necessarily, no.
But you need to think she's black, married into a royal family, which the royal family keep everything like
tight.
Yeah, I swear parts of them isn't.
Aren't they German anyway?
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah. All sorts of people in the royal family. They speak 7 languages.
They're also lizard people.
Lizard.
Have you heard that conspiracy?
You know when you said that?
You heard that conspiracy?
When you said that, I was thinking of the old school Spider-Man with Dr. What's his name, bro? Dr. Connors, bro, the lizard guy.
Nah. But these one are lizard people. It's legit. And but basically, I feel like she should have knew because first of all, there's no black people in the royal family. It's tight knit. But then it's mad because even from the process of, I don't know how long they were dating before they got married, but the process of before they got married, the whole newspaper, the shit that they said was like it was a lot. Like they say a lot right now. What's who's the next king? I don't give a fuck about all this.
Supposed to be what's his name? The old guy, William or something.
Is that his name?
William's not the old guy.
Nah, that one. His brother.
Yeah, but I meant what I meant that.
Okay, so that
was
one
supposed to be
Charles.
Yeah.
Did you see when they were getting married?
Yeah.
They said Kate's sister had the best back in England.
Middleton.
Yeah. They said her back was wild. You've never seen it?
No, I've seen it.
Yo, bro,
how much are you risking though?
Nothing.
There's
actually nothing to risk.
Your passport.
Nah, not even. There's actually nothing to risk.
There's nothing there to risk.
The way they overhyped it,
Yeah,
like this is the best totty in England.
Wow.
And I was like, wait, come on now.
Wow, do you need to see the actual Ballon d'Or list, bro?
Yo, Liverpool's capital of culture, innit? 2008. They need to come and get culture, but that was the day, innit?
Yeah, 2008.
2008.
8. But even regardless of whether, what's her name?
See, this is why I don't care about the money.
Meghan. Regardless of whether. Meghan Markle, I was going to say Kate for some reason. Regardless of whether Meghan Markle should have known before she joined the royal family, like the backlash and ridicule that she was going to get, it wasn't fair. Some of the things that have been said upon her in comparison to Kate, because there's been like a lot of articles that have come out in the Daily Mail and different newspapers and stuff that have shown the mistreatment of Meghan in comparison to Kate, because a lot of the things that Kate has been praised for, Meghan has been criticised.
Yeah.
So then the whole backlash came through certain people's lenses of eyes, mine being one of them, that like it comes from a racial like a racial point of view. Like it's a unconscious bias where Meghan can't live her life the way she wants to live, even though some of the stuff she's doing are just normal things.
But
Yeah,
how do you
because
feel
she's-
like she was meant to live her life?
Well,
Because
Well, obviously she's part of the royal family, but like, why the mainstream media and people get away with it is because they control the powers. They're the powers that be, so they can manipulate what is put out into the wider world. And then you get like other people in high positions like Katie Hopkins, Piers Morgan, etc., who are always
she's a
mad.
Dickheads.
They're
she's
always
actually a
mad.
fish.
And they perpetrate what is the media's pushing out, and then because they perpetrate it, you get a large percentage or a large volume of people around the world who then, well, not around the well, yeah, even around the world who probably think that's gospel. So what they're saying, I've got to believe it.
Well, going back to your point before, when you said, you know, she's joining the royal family, do you know what I mean? Obviously, like, the most famous family in the world. Like, how is she supposed to sort of, you know, deal with, like, the limelight? Obviously, she's a celebrity, but for people who don't know her, she's kind of nobody, though.
I don't even think she was a big celeb.
I've seen her in a few, like, TV shows and stuff like that.
I only know her from Suits.
That was when I
was it.
first seen her, and then I seen her in a few other different, you know, things. But maybe she thought that because she's, I wouldn't class her as famous, do you know what I mean? But at the same time, I wouldn't class her as an ordinary person because
But I feel like if she got with like, how am I gonna think of it now? Like maybe like Prince Andrew's son, then it wouldn't be a big of a deal.
But
I don't even know if Prince
because
Andrew
they're
has a
sort of
son.
like on the outside and not
Yeah, like
on
they're
the
not main
Okay.
branch family. They're like now out bits.
But regardless, even if you join the royal family, you're not. It's not like your duty to be in the royal family. Like you're born into that. It's not like you're going to war. Like you've signed some kind of contract waiver that says that you have to like fulfill duties. So even
But
though
they do have to fulfill duties.
yeah,
though?
they have to fulfill duties. But being in the royal family doesn't mean then you're still like you're basically she doesn't have to accept the criticism and the blame and etc. or the villainization and the false character building that they're creating. It's basically I was comparing it to Raheem Sterling because they were trying to do the same thing as Raheem Sterling. So because Raheem Sterling like wanted to leave Liverpool or he wanted to go his own way, they then made him this monster character where everyone just got on his back. Where he used to go and play football and people would be booing him, even though they don't know why they're booing him because the media's made this kind of perception.
They made them.
So they're doing the same. They're doing the same thing to Meghan, where really she's just out here. She just want to like raise a little son, Archie, man like Arch.
They should have given him a better name.
Archibald, you know.
Yeah, but he's royal, innit? You can't give him Leroy because he's part Jamaican or
Jesus.
something like that.
Jesus.
That's Spanish.
I know, but I was thinking of
Archie's
ballers.
like Archie. Oh,
Ballers.
I don't get the joke.
No, it doesn't matter. Nah, he's talking about Sterling and it doesn't matter.
Okay. Oh, like Gabriel.
Yeah.
I get it.
I still don't get the joke.
Because I said Raheem Sterling, so I said Jesus, like Gabriel Jesus. They both play for Man City.
Doesn't matter. That's
That's actually a mad thing. That actually went over my head. But what I was gonna say to you then as well. So basically now, them defecting from the royal family now, does that mean they are still entitled to? Because then what assets do they have? Because everything that they have is actually from inheritance or from their estate that they have. If they're defecting from there, then they're actually not entitled to have taxpayer money and not entitled to have inheritance to what they have. So then how are they going to start living a normal life? Does that mean
it's
they
not
need to
it's
start?
not so much a normal life. It's still gonna be like they're still gonna have prime security. They're still gonna be living a life that is better than the average. They're just not gonna be part of the royal family. So
I think it'd be a bit of a slow transition.
Yeah, it won't be.
But it's the taxpayers that pay for that.
It won't be initial, but I mean, even though you say the taxpayers, I don't know how much money they earn or how.
So I looked into it. So they get most of the money from either the state and then from the actual taxpayer as well. So they have different assets that they've invested money into, and that's where they get money from. But it's actually come from us. But at the same time, people are like, should we have a monarch? And so, or should we like? A lot of people don't feel like we should have a monarch, but having a monarch in England is actually kind of like, how am I going to say it? Like a tourist attraction. Do you know? Do you know how many?
People in.
It brings people in. It brings like money in. Do you know how many people like I'm going to Buckingham Palace? How does fuck me? Buckingham Palace in it.
Yeah, I go. Buckingham Palace.
That place.
Palace, you know.
That one.
Buckingham Manor Palace.
That's and it brings money in because people like to have that whole tourist nostalgia and stuff, and then you need to think how much memorabilia is printed of that, and then there's people in this country who love the Queen. Like,
remember when she came to was it one of the hospitals or something like that to open like a ward or something?
Yeah, the women's.
The way they locked off all the roads, man.
Yeah.
I was late for work.
She walked past me.
When did you meet her?
That was years ago.
In the women's?
Yeah, they walked past town. My school used to be past town, and they had lots of security, and there was bare people, and she walked past. Like, no, she didn't walk past. She was in the cars, obviously, with security and waving, so you could see her. So I saw the Queen, but I didn't really.
That's amazing.
It's just like, yo, Lizzie, all gone.
Did you see the video of her driving?
Yeah.
Mad. I didn't even know she could drive, you know.
Yeah, but did you see the captions? It was like, who allowed her to drive at this age? She looks like
she's actually like 90.
Yeah,
she's
like
old.
94.
Yeah, but have you seen the one of her husband the other day? The car. And like how they keep my man alive. But real talk, these men have been bunning stem cell research 30 years ago. That's how they're staying alive so long.
Apparently, the jewels in the crown, the jewels in the crown that the Queen wears is worth like the amount of money to cure half the poverty in the world or some shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Mad.
That's what I got. I can't remember the exact
crown jewels, you know.
Yeah, like that crown that she wears whenever
heavy
she
must
wears
that be on her head, man?
I don't know if it's heavy, but you can never sell it.
Yeah.
You can never sell it.
It's like Thanos with the jewels in
Infinity
it.
gauntlets. Yeah.
Imagine she took them off, she could kill, but they don't want to do that.
Wow.
But they can't I rate them for living so long, but at the same time, they're getting tapped with some good stuff.
Yeah, like, bun the Queen and bun
I ain't saying bun nothing because I don't want to be taken off radio.
Yeah. They can send me back. I'm not really that fussed.
I got nowhere to be sent back to you, bro.
What?
That's peaking. That's kind of peak still. I'll go back, mate. I'm good. I'm alright, man. This cold weather ain't doing it for me, man. Bun Lizzie and her family. No, actually, though, but I like Harry. I like Harry and Meghan.
He's always been the rebel, innit?
He's always been the guy.
Do you know what? I wouldn't even call him being a rebel. I feel like he's just being himself. It's whereas people probably have this idea of how he should be.
Nah, I feel like because he knew he weren't going to be king, he was like, fuck this. I've got nothing. If you know that, imagine now.
Like when he was partying with
you're old.
In America. Almost loving life.
Your older brother's the one who's getting all the responsibility. I'll be doing a mazza me, man.
The older brother, the responsibility hits him because man looks hella old.
He looks old.
Wow, man looks like his pops.
Yeah, and he's not even that old. He hasn't had a hairline since like 2003.
Yeah, nah,
he hasn't though. He hasn't though.
Yeah, he hasn't.
Would he actually had all that money though? Wouldn't you think you get like a hair transplant or something?
He's got more important pressing matters.
Yeah, if my hair fell out of my head, I don't really care, man. Imagine if you're Miller. I don't even know if you think about it now. If bald men like Harvey Weinstein can get things and still do a mazza, why do I need to go and be like, I need hair? Like, how do I need to get a hair transplant? It's only superficial, isn't it?
Maybe.
Money talks. Money talks. Money talks. Yeah. It's actually that.
But anyway, back to Meghan. I respect what Meghan's doing because obviously she's just thinking of it from the point of view. Well, actually, an interview came out the other day and Harry was talking like, it was quite sad how he was talking because he was basically almost inferring that he knows that they killed off his mum.
Who?
Diana. Just whoever.
I didn't listen to it. I seen the tweet on Twitter. I didn't know if it was taking a piss.
There wasn't. Like when he was speaking, they were like, he was basically saying like
the royal family did.
Yeah, well, whoever, he was like, I don't want whatever happened to my mum to happen to my wife.
Okay.
I saw another clip on another interview. Basically, he was saying that like he said, I know that when whoever followed my mum into the tunnel the day that she passed away, were the same people who were taking photographs after the car flipped upside down, and they had ample time to save her, but instead they were taking pictures to send to the press. He said there's interviews where he said that, so he comes across on his vibe as that he knows that what happened to his mum and it was set up, and he doesn't want a repeat because they're trying to like angle some kind of hatred towards his wife. So from when I saw that, I was like, rah. It's like it's not even like a secret. Like I think he feels that like my mum was
killed off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They did that on purpose.
So then, if imagine now you knowing that your family killed off your mum, I could never live in that kind of establishment.
Well, this is the thing.
What you
is-
do though, he's the son of the prince.
Yeah, but then the resentment and the hunger in my heart. But I don't know if I could look at someone.
Obviously,
every day and be
you won't
like,
have
Concluded.
concluded evidence or concrete like word to say, yeah, this is what happened. But those were his words. Like, he's speaking as if he knows like what happened.
Imagine still saying to the woman that killed your mum, "I love you, Nan." And you know that's your Nan. She was like, James Bond? Yes, miss. What did she call? M. Come on, like, boy, 007 make off your mum, and you know your Nan give it the hit.
I don't know, but at the time when it happened, he must have been what, 10?
10. How old is man?
He's only like mid-30s now.
Okay.
Maybe 35, 36. Meghan's in and around the same age as well. So when that happened in 95 or 94. You're talking 25 years ago. So yeah, he'll be about 10 years of age. There's not much you can do from 10 to 18.
Yeah.
Even if you wasn't part of the royal family.
Yeah, because
Like-
you're still dependent
Yeah,
anyway.
exactly. And
Yeah.
it probably would have been hidden from him
Yeah.
for a certain amount of time until like he probably did research or whatever he's been told anyway, but you could see. And then there was another clip that I saw on Twitter where like obviously he was waiting for Meghan to arrive on the wedding day, and then he was sitting on the altar, and then apparently they heard a bang outside.
And he was like, I hope Megan's okay.
Yeah.
But I don't
Wow.
know if that's like he thought she got Mick, because I don't know.
I don't know, but like the way he was looking into the sky, it was like, shit, like here we go again kind of thing.
Do you think so?
I don't know how
I seen that one.
Yeah, how I looked at it, I was like, but I didn't get it. And then when I saw that other clip when he was talking about like his mum, then it made more sense. But I don't know, man. These people, I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Just the
This
royal
is where
family.
that's like proper conspiracy now.
That's
man.
what we're talking about, conspiracies today. So
Jeez.
it all makes sense. But no,
If
I
you look carefully into this whole story, you figure out Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. That was sick.
how he got from that to that.
That was cold.
But anyway, like I was saying about Meghan and Harry. Anyway, I think if they can, they should go live their own separate life. Not even separate. I think they just need some time away.
Yeah.
Because even and the people who say like, okay, there was a thing where I can't remember her full name, but her name is Shola. She's like a political activist. She came on.
Was this on Good Morning?
Yeah, she came on Good Morning Britain, and then she was talking about how like a lot of the criticism that Meghan has faced is come from like racial
Media.
stereotypes, and it's come from like making a character of her because they don't like her because she comes from a black or whatever ethnic minority. And then Philip Schofield was trying to say, I haven't seen it personally.
That's actually quite.
I
a
haven't
good,
seen, personally. I was, and then she was trying to say that, like, because of, like, your white privilege has made you kind of, like, privy to it, so you're not really opening your eyes to see it. And then I saw other people on Twitter saying, like, Philip Schofield saying about, I haven't seen...
He hasn't experienced racism.
Yeah,
or
he hasn't.
Like that.
He hasn't experienced it. It's the same thing as someone saying that world hunger doesn't exist because I'm not
Not
hungry.
hungry.
Because you don't experience it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So then someone tweeted a few like examples. So I was tweeting Philip Schofield for a good 20 minutes saying, "Yo, I haven't seen race personally."
So
and
what
then
did he say back?
He didn't reply. Well, hopefully he saw them. There's bare examples of how like there was one where it was like I think it was last April or whatever. They went to a ball. Meghan went to a ball and Kate, Pippa, all the royal man.
The one with the back.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah,
that one.
No, for real.
They went to a ball and Meghan was wearing this black dress with a strap that's off the shoulder, slightly off the shoulder, and Kate wore the same dress. And then they were like, "How glamorous is Kate? How amazing
But they
is
didn't
Kate?"
really mention nothing about.
No, it wasn't even that. And then they were like, about Meghan, she's like classless. She looks tacky.
The same dress though.
It's vulgar, bro. It's the same dress.
They wore the exact same dress.
It was more or less the same dress. I'll find the picture. It's on my phone. It was more or less the same dress. It's just that because Meghan was wearing it and then Kate was wearing it. Kate, oh, she's classy. She looks amazing. I'm not gonna lie, Meghan looked bang in the dress.
Nah, I used to fancy her from
She's
Suits.
fine.
When what's my guy?
Mike
Ross.
Mike Ross.
Mike Ross. He's like, you got himself a sweet one.
So they just make up. They basically they do the comparison. So Philip Schofield was trying to say like, oh, I've only seen criticism, but you know, it's not really racial. And it's like, bro, what is the main difference between the two of them? If they're doing the exact same thing, but one gets praise and one gets criticism, and it continues for a spell of like 2 to 3 years, and then you do it to other like major like people in the media, like Stormzy. That whole thing with Stormzy the other day, when they asked him a question like, oh, do you think Britain's racist? 100%, yeah, there's racism in Britain. The headline, Stormzy says Britain's 100% racist. It's like, that's not what man said. They asked him, do you think there is a racism problem in Britain? 100%, yes, there is. Then they twisted it and said Stormzy said Britain's 100% racist. And then everyone came out and was like, hold on.
Wow, the remix, you know.
And then I felt like, wow, Stormzy, man, come on.
Yeah, and then people were saying, is the colour red in the rainbow? Yes. The rainbow only has the colour red in it. It's like, what the fuck? That's not what I said. I said that they kind of twisted.
But you know what's
words.
mad? What I hate about newspapers is they actually firm what they're saying with their chest. Like, for them to write like fake stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's mad because I don't even want to get too deep into it, but I had a conversation with someone and it was like kind of related of what I was doing, and he was like, set people make up stories and sell them to the paper.
Yeah.
But like to blow them up like crazy just to get like exposure. Like, right, why would you make up lies? Like, it's not that deep. Like,
some people make a career from it.
Yeah.
There's slander.
Have you ever seen The Life of a Paparazzi?
No.
There's one paparazzi. It's actually quite sick. It's this done, and he's from England actually. And I can't remember what newspaper that he works for. But he was taking pictures of my guy from Corrie, Steve or some shit.
Yeah.
And then he was taking photos. So it's like, it was outside this house and there's like a skip on a lorry and he's moving something. But he had stuff outside his house. They took the photos and then the title was like Steve from Corrie. I don't know his name, but it was like raging while he's losing items from his house or something. And for them pictures, he was getting like $1,000 per photo.
Yeah, have you ever seen an episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air one time where Will wants to be in journalism and he gets a job and he takes a picture of Jay Leno pouring coffee into the drain outside his house.
Yeah.
He sells it to the newspaper or the magazine or whatever, and the headline is like, Jay Leno pouring oil into like drains and oil and like wells and stuff. And then Jay Leno sends a lawsuit of $1 million to Will Smith.
Wow.
Then he has to go on the show and then he has to apologize, say like I didn't do it. I was just trying to prove that I'm not goofy by getting a proper job, because everyone's calling him goofy. So you just think, no, I'm serious. I'm gonna get a serious job. The man takes all these pictures, sell out, and they all twist it. But I found the head. This is one of the headlines that the Daily Mail produced. That Philip Schofield said, personally, I haven't seen anything that is racially motivated towards Meghan. Such an idiot, man. After taking pictures of Boris, man. So it said, so this was from the Daily Mail. It says 2020 actually, but I don't know whether it's actually from 2020 or it's an old one. But it says, I'll read the whole thing out. Richard Kay, not even 20 months has passed since that magical day when they stood on the steps of St. George's Chapel at Windsor and with a kiss enchanted a global audience of millions. Obviously they're talking about Kate and Harry and Meghan when they got married. So he says the wedding of Harry and Meghan was a love letter from Britain to the world, from the blue skies over a fairy tale castle to the gospel choir and a carriage drive through the streets thronged with cheering admirers. This was a moment to savour. The grandson of the Queen marrying a mixed heritage young woman descended from slaves. That's what the actual paper says.
It's peak.
It's mad.
It's actually
It's actually mad.
But it was also about...
Is she actually descended from slaves?
I have no idea, but why would you highlight that?
It's not relevant.
It's nothing relevant to it.
At all.
There's nothing relevant to it. That's like someone describing you and your job. Oh, yeah.
But do you know why they put that in there? To make it sound like it was a fairy tale.
Yeah, exactly. It's to make it
'cause
like she
Makes
come
it
from
like,
the,
to
come
make it
from the
look
bottom.
like they've done her a favour,
Exactly.
her family a
'Cause
favour.
I've never heard that article, but the way you read it from the beginning, like blue skies over to, I was like, yo, this sounds kind of sweet. And then they said descended from a slave. It actually sounds like.
And then let me just read what you're saying is
the
correct.
promised land, man.
But then it says, but it was also about the fulfillment of a nation's dreams for a prince who was fixed in the collective national memory as a 12-year-old fulfilling his mother's coffin. So it's like they've created this character like Prince Harry's fulfilled his life because he's married this princess, but his princess is a descendant from a slave. The fuck?
I don't understand the mother's coffin bit. Did his mum want him to marry black people?
I have no idea. No, I think it's just trying to show the like, oh, he's been through this tragedy, but now he's like,
He's overcome it.
yeah,
Do you know
he's come
what?
through
Yeah,
it.
whoever approves this stuff, innit, they're not gonna lose their job. It's like people like they should get sacked.
Because they're getting all the clicks and they're getting all the...
It's
It's
not
not
even
even
that,
just the
but when you
clicks.
do
The
the
shit,
research-
the shit gets run.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
but when you do the research, some of these people, some of these like papers and organizations and stuff, when they were started by people who were like doing like white supremacy and all that kind of stuff, like you know, like the German cars, the German model cars, bro, they were designed by Nazis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, like Volkswagen,
Well,
NASA.
yeah, that's true.
Just bare,
NASA
bare,
actually-
Auto technique.
Not many people know that
bare.
after World War II was over, a lot of people defected from Nazi Germany to work in NASA, and the head of NASA is from the when did World War II end?
1945.
Yeah, to like mid-60s was a Nazi,
No,
and then if he was alive today, they would have trialed him because of his crimes against like the Holocaust and stuff. But another thing, what you were saying about like when we were saying about running like things through the press, it's like fashion, like when they do like it was Gucci and blackface and like stuff like this, like
There was bare H&M.
you got H&M, but that H&M one, yeah,
that was wild.
I don't know if it was wild. I don't think H&M and Gucci one is two different. That H&M one, yeah, I don't.
Nah, the H&M one was wild.
Is it the monkey, the kid,
Yeah.
or the black girl one?
No, they got a black kid, the one with the black kid, and then
And it's the monkey.
It says coolest monkey in the jungle.
Okay.
Bro, that is hella wild.
Oh,
I seen that, I was like, oh my god.
But then people were trying to say, oh, shouldn't the mum know better? Da-da-da. Well, not really.
It's not
'cause
the mum's fault.
Those things aren't written in.
but the mum actually did come out and say it's actually not that deep.
I don't know.
Like
man.
I don't know, man. It was
Because money talks, like you
How
said.
much did they get
nah,
paid?
for real. Like I don't even
I
think
don't
I don't
know,
know, but I don't think that one
If
was a
someone
bad
comes
one.
to you and you've got a 5-year-old or 6-year-old and says, yo, I'm going to put your son or daughter in a H&M campaign and you're going to get, and they show you the figures, you're probably going to be thinking,
I'm gonna be like, yeah.
What
Yeah,
people
exactly.
what
Yeah.
people need to realize is there's white monkeys as well.
No, this as well.
There actually is. So
this guy's so
You know?
dumb.
I'm being so serious.
Before you make that point, yeah, Joey said you got cows with afros in Africa, yeah.
I didn't say afros.
No, you did.
I said
You did?
fair.
No, you
No,
said
did
cows or
afro?
afros.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know how many people DM me asking, is there really? I was like, bro,
Bro, I
I've
have
been
no
there.
Nah,
idea.
it's legit. It's actually legit. Like you can Google it.
Regardless of whether there's white
But
monkeys
there's
or
white
not,
monkeys.
There's not
So
a
imagine
history
now-
of,
And you
of
know
white
those
people being
orange
called
orangutans.
Oranga.
Yeah.
There's so then imagine putting a white person there. They'd be like, it's the white monkey. Imagine putting a Chinese person. It's the orange orangutan. Yeah. It's not.
Just move it back down.
It's not a win-win situation. Like, come on, you just need to look at it like that H&M thing for me was not that deep. It was like what you used to say to people in school. Oh, he's a cheeky little monkey. Him.
Yeah, but that kind of connotation is a bit different. But this one, obviously...
But that's what the teacher said. Cheeky little monkey.
No, I said the coolest monkey in the jungle.
Oh, okay.
The ants are black kid in the hoodie. That's a bit different.
What if I had cheeky little monkey on the thing?
Well, if you're the one who puts it on, that's your prerogative. But when it's a massive company that is promoting a small black boy in a hoodie that says the coolest monkey in the jungle, yo, there's some checks and some kind of PC like authorities that they've got to go through. I can't give them the pass. I can't say, oh, it's just, it's not deep. It is deep. Because there's still people in certain countries, like in flipping Italy, in football, they still think of black people as less than human, and they all come up with monkey chant. So you're normalising it to people.
Yeah.
So you go to Italy, and then they think, oh no, wait, the H&M said you guys are monkeys, so why
you
can't
must
you?
be.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So I can't allow
Oh
H&L.
shit! What we need to start doing is getting white people in these things,
In what things?
in like the cheeky little monkey.
But it
thing.
doesn't work the same
I'll
way.
be the first person to be like, it's the white one.
It's so good.
I'll start that movement.
You start. Yeah,
yo, and see what happens. But we just need to realize, that even animals have diversity. Like, nah, for legit. Like, there's a different species for everything. There's a different color for everything. So we need to stop like thinking, okay, I'm gonna call one person one animal. An animal refers to one race when you can have a variation of animals. How many variations of dogs do you see? How many variations of cats do you see?
Yeah, but
think about something, man.
There's no historical background.
I've got like a tiger looking cat. How can my tiger looking cat have a black cat, full black? So is my black cat African now? And you thinking about it?
Darwinian
yeah.
Cherry from It's like what?
So
I don't
you
know
need
what
to-
biology you did with Charles Darwin and
You need
theory
to
and
think,
stuff.
if you can have a variation of color, it's just melanin. You just can't be referring one animal as an insult and it means one race when you can have a variation of that different animal.
I know what he's saying.
I know what he's saying as well. But when it's happened for years, you
that's
can't
what
just
I'm saying.
reverse it straight away.
But that's what we need to
can't
start. We need to start getting into it and be like, yo, there's actually a different race or a different variation. These, yo,
I know.
yes, we need to normalize it because
People want, like, when you put stuff on a t-shirt, you want equal rights for everything.
that's it.
So
But that's it.
If you're normalizing it, you're gonna expect it, but everyone just wants to fight back at it anyway.
Do you get what I'm
Maybe.
saying? So then we just need to look at it and be like,
Italy, from Italy's racial point of view, you see the other side.
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, so-
I was like, we hear you.
We hear
But
you.
basically,
The audience can't hear you, Sanj.
but do you wanna
Yeah, step
speak
in.
into the mic?
Step
Are
in,
you
come,
sure?
bro.
But basically, we just need to look at it and be like, okay, cool. I'm not gonna stigmatize one race and be like, I'm gonna throw animal as an insult because it's not worth it. It shouldn't
But
be
the
that way.
whole animal as an insult came because back in the day they used to throw black people into zoos.
Yeah.
And they used to treat black people
But then
like
they
animals.
also
that's why
used to
it
throw
comes
white
from.
people into zoos.
When was that?
I didn't see this.
That happened in like the 50s. People who had deformities who are white were thrown into zoos as well. Women who had more testosterone who could grow beards were thrown into zoos. People who were born with defects who had like osteoporosis were classed as freaks who were thrown into zoos. So it wasn't just black people who were thrown into zoos. This is what I'm saying. Everyone just looks at it and feels like, okay, don't get it wrong. Like, I look at things as general and I do understand that black people have suffered a lot, but Asian people have suffered a lot. Some of the most mass genocide that has ever happened isn't happened to black or Jewish people. Who was it now? Like, wasn't Asian? So it'll come back to me. But it's a different race that you'll be like, rah, I never knew that. So then we just need to start weighing up these options because we look at it now because it is still modern history that black people we've had this kind of segregation and so on, and that is our modern history. But then you need to think about it 100, or not even 100 because that's still modern history, but like there was a point in time where white people was kept as slaves, and there was a point in time where people were even treated bad because Irish people were treated bad and they're white. So we just need to leave that and start looking at a mindset and be like, okay, cool. Everyone's suffered hardship because you need to think about it now. In this generation now, what we're living in, Muslim people have it a lot far worse than black people, and that's the truth. So then you need to think about it now. The roles are reversed.
I wouldn't necessarily say that's the truth because being Muslim isn't something that is the first thing you see.
No.
So anyone can be Muslim. You don't have to look a specific way. But once you're black, you're black. Like, that is the first thing that if you go in an environment or society that doesn't accept you, that's the first thing that they will
But
see.
I feel like it's more accepted now to be black than like Middle Eastern or like. Because you need to think about it, especially in schools.
I can't really comment because I'm not Middle Eastern.
I'm not Middle Eastern,
for
but
me to-
you need to feel like after, as we said last week, after 9/11, you need to feel like shit where people are targeted. Arabs and Asian people get a lot of stick now.
Even the blacks are going in Sudan.
Yeah.
For example,
Yeah.
Muslim black country, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Black
yeah.
Muslims as well. But when it comes to religious broad thing, anyone can be Muslim.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Chinese Muslim, Korean.
Yeah, that was my whole point. That anyone can be Muslim. So, but I was just coming across from the point of view is that I understand that everybody's obviously targeted or everyone can be like oppressed, etc. But like just from the point of view that how you were saying it is like you can't tell if someone's Muslim, whereas you can tell if someone's black straight away.
Because people see colour,
Exactly.
don't they? And then
You don't see your religion or whatever.
I don't see colour. I see different species of animal. So if I see the next person, silverback chimpanzee, orange orangutan, these are the insults I'm coming with. It's based by race to what I can do it with.
These ain't my views, so
This is my views, man, and I'm normalizing it. When I become like this big of a platform, if anyone wants to say he's the coolest monkey, I'll be like, what monkey am I? Yeah.
You're opening up a platform. Before people start messaging, yo, Josh, my cool monkey, what going on? No. I ain't accept this.
Nobody do that, innit? That can't run.
Yeah, well, I don't know,
Yeah.
man. Do your
oh yes, lad.
It just needs to be like, we just need to stop.
Nah, he's our guy. He's our gorilla, him, lad.
But then, do you know what's funny? People actually use gorilla to be using it as like, I'm a don. Like,
Like that
like
until
yeah,
the
people
gorilla.
use it like, I'm a gorilla. I'm
Obviously,
this.
there's context of everything. But if you're talking about yourself, that's different. But if you then, if you're saying something in a positive and a negative way,
It's just the way how you use words, man. Like, it's just like calling, I don't know, man. Imagine calling yourself the hippo and then someone called you a hippo.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
Nah, because then, but then it's like it's that whole 8 Mile thing. Like,
What happened?
Haven't you never watched 8 Mile?
I've watched it, but
remember.
I can't remember what happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, you need to go and watch
The
8 Mile.
Eminem dude.
Yeah, it's Eminem dude. Yeah, that one
guy.
That one who wrote that wrong rap. Yeah.
I was trying to think of his real name, Marshall
said-
Mathers.
But he said the Eminem
Nah,
dude. you
it's
know.
not him. It's Stan.
Yeah, Stan.
It's Stan.
Mad.
Yeah.
His real name's
That
Marshall.
Yeah, Marshall.
Yeah,
Man like
that's what-
Marshall. Eminem.
I didn't mean to say that Eminem guy. But
No, that's
yeah.
why he's
But
Eminem.
yeah, yeah.
Marshall Mathers.
Yeah.
Did you not know that? No, I'm being serious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You thinking like Eminem like the sweet?
no, 2 M's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I got that.
In 8 Mile, obviously, he hits all the butt of the jokes on himself before my guy Clarence, that's the real name of the other rapper, can like rebuttal against him. He says everything bad against himself. He says, yeah, I am white. Yeah, I do live in a trailer. Yeah, I've got no money. Da-da-da-da. So the other guy's got no this.
You know nothing to say about
Yeah,
it.
so that's the kind of thing you're saying. You call yourself a hippo, but you gotta have thick skin because if you refer yourself to as a hippo,
I can never do that.
easy.
Me.
Check out hippo. Nah, it's a
Hey
what's
lads,
his nickname? The hippo.
the Apple kid.
Hippo Artemis.
You know that.
He's there. But yeah. Anyway, so moving on to conspiracy talk. So go on, Trey or Josh or whoever can.
So this is something I'm really interested in. So basically, the first British astronaut who is a woman recently came out to say that aliens are amongst us and they actually live with us now. Stop shaking, man.
No, I'm cold.
There's no aliens in this room.
No, I'm cold. Yeah, please.
And basically, she's saying that aliens are here, and if you don't believe that there's aliens around us right now, you're actually naive and you're not really open-minded. And I genuinely 100% believe that because it wasn't money used, but I was saying to someone the other day that someone was trying to say to me like, oh yeah, aliens do exist, or they did exist like centuries ago, but then they're not about no more. And I was like, they did exist and they still do exist, but then then they were trying to say that we're more civilized than aliens, and I'm thinking we're actually not that civilized. We're still quite far behind in terms of technology wise and so on and so forth. If there's interstellar beings, they are far advanced than us for them to even bridge that gap of them traveling between two different worlds. So you need to think we're not even in the beginning stages. We're still in the prototype
Stage.
stage. You get what I'm saying? And then if you look at it like from like different like pornographs and what minds did and so on, and they had like different like depictions of like aliens coming down and giving them stuff, I genuinely feel like aliens will come down to then do things. And then he said to me like, oh no, you shouldn't believe in aliens because it's not in the Bible and that, like it doesn't say that. And I said, he's like, do you believe in God? And I was like, yeah, I do believe in God, but you need to think about it because in the Bible, God didn't say that there was one earth. He just said he made people in his image. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just thought about that now? He didn't. He never said that there was one.
Regardless of whether
he never said there was one earth.
Because like Joe, obviously there's loads like science fiction and stuff like that out there. I always think to myself when I watch these programs, like, where did these ideas actually come from?
No, I'm the same.
Do you know what I mean?
I feel like they normalize it.
They're based off.
Half
Must
is
be based off
true,
truth, man.
true.
A lot. I feel like this is gonna sound mad, but some of the stuff has already happened, and it comes in a cycle.
Yeah.
Or they discovered lots of things and they're just filtering it to us slowly. Like the whole idea of like the movies that are made, like Independence Day, I, Robot. What else is there?
I feel like stuff like that, yeah, is you can already predict it.
Yeah, I know, but like if you think of it when you were kids, you'll probably think, oh, like it's just like this isn't real, but this is a concept. But then the more like you grow older and you watch people who talk about different conspiracies and people who talk about Area 51 and Bob Lazar and all these kind of people who come with this chat, then you start to think, hold on, how did they discover this thing and it was meant to be futurized 20 years ago, but now it's actually happening? So it must, for me.
But don't you think people
really
get
happen.
ideas from movies to create these things?
Yeah, but I feel like the movies are based on real life.
I don't know, because I feel like you. Oh, sorry, go try.
I was going to say, is Bob Lazar the one where he speaks about is it Area 51 where they've made something or they've got, I don't know, it's got like this source of energy or something that can power.
It's a propulsion system.
Gravity gun,
Yeah,
it's
that's
yeah,
what he's
yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
Yeah,
But he
Bob
said
Lazar's
like
that guy.
the thing that they
There's a
used to
documentary
measure
on
like
Netflix.
bone
Yeah, I need
density
to
as
watch
well.
that actually.
Bone density.
Yeah, he said like when he went into the craft, there was a thing that it kind of scans your metrics of like
your hands.
yeah, so the density and stuff. But that's what I'm saying. Like
Stranger Things is based on a true story as well.
I heard
out
that. I've actually.
I don't know whether you heard
that.
it. I'm the one who pushed it out. I
Have
was
you-
reading it
So
and I was
have
watching
you ever
it.
heard of MK Ultra?
Yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
of it.
So basically, but it's true. People back then there was no rules to take people.
Have you watched? Is it Mindhunter? No, not Mindhunter. Unabomber.
Nah.
Have you watched Unabomber on Netflix? Anyone who's got time, I think it's only 8 or 9 episodes, go and watch Unabomber, because basically when you watch the Unabomber, how he sort of speaks is from like a mindset as if he's been through MK Ultra.
Okay.
And then the other day when I was watching a thing about, when I posted on my Instagram about the whole thing of the syphilis thing that they did back in the 20s, 40s and 60s, where they were testing medicine for penicillin, and they wanted to see how penicillin works on humans and whether it would be good enough to stop sexual transmitted diseases, so like syphilis. So what they did is they injected like hundreds of thousands of like black males, mainly black males with syphilis. Some people already had it, and they didn't tell them that they were going to inject it. They said this is just going to be like a placebo to see whether this will work, but really they were injecting them with syphilis. And syphilis can like obviously make you infertile. It can actually like give you psychosis, make you mad, all sorts of different kind of side effects if it's not treated. So they did that for like 10, 15 years to different people. So obviously that was part of like a mass genocide, because then if other black people have sex with like black women and they infect them with syphilis, you spread it, and they're internally killing each other without you doing anything. And then they did it 15 years later to the Guatemalan prisoners that they captured in Guatemala, and they did the exact same thing and then spread it through them as well. So the US government has been doing all these kind of different tests for years and years, and just like the findings with aliens and stuff, they found different like parts of like, not I want to say offcuts, but it's not meat, but like parts of alien, and they take it to Area 51 and they test it and they do all sorts of stuff. That's what I read.
I feel like they got bare prisoners in there, but I don't even feel like they got prisoners, because I feel like are they actually capturing them, or are they at the point that it's actually like a mutual understanding? Because how can an alien come from somewhere and be like ransacked and be like, you know what, yeah.
Well, if it's one of many, you just get the one, and they're like unconscious or whatever, then you can find a way to. If they can inject people with syphilis, like how do you know you can't just do that in Alien, and then the alien just like the alien is just completely finito. So I don't know. Like I'd look into it, but that whole joke of when people were signing up to Area 51, like bare people signed up.
Yeah, bare people. I signed up on the Facebook page.
There's like over 1 million, and then they have fears. They're like, shit, wait there. Like over 1 million people have actually.
But people
signed up.
actually did turn up though.
Yeah, but it's in the middle of the desert though, and the security.
They said if people actually made it, the desert will actually take them.
Yeah, because of how deep and how far it is.
Yeah.
But the fact that they put it that far in the desert with armed security, if there's nothing there, you got nothing to hide. What you need that for?
Nah, but it's security. Like, I don't know if there's aliens in there, but there must be something there.
That's what I'm saying. So they're hiding something. So there's something there.
Yeah. But it's like saying trying to run into the Pentagon. Like, what's there?
Maybe, but like the whole where it's situated and stuff, it's too like out the way for it not to.
But then
for them not to be hiding
like
something.
army, like the British Army do like some like testing in some like next places.
Yeah, they've got to though, because they've probably. I don't want to say something too mad, but they've
You've
probably
said
got
enough
people.
mad things already.
Huh?
Said enough mad things already.
Not today, man. All I said is bun the royal family. But not Meghan and Harry, though. I like Meghan and Harry. Kate's alright, and Prince William, they really do nothing. It's more the Queen,
But do you feel like?
Lizzie.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if they are amongst us now and living with us, that would be actually quite mad. But then I generally feel like aliens that we will see don't look like aliens that we see on TV.
Yeah, because that article, when I looked at it, she was saying that even if there's aliens, it doesn't mean that we can see them or feel them. Like, they could be amongst us, but we don't know how to comprehend them. Like, an alien to us may not actually be what, like has been shown in the past. Like, that kind of big head space raider looking thing. Like, it might be something completely different. So, they could be aliens, but we actually don't know that's an alien. Do you get me?
Yeah.
It's just...
Couldn't they like be like shapeshifters or something? Or
They could be, you never know.
Have you ever watched Animorphs before?
animals?
It used to be it was a book that they made into a TV show.
I haven't watched it, but I heard of it though.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, so it used to be on like BBC Two or BBC One. Which one was the children's one? BBC One.
I don't know.
Early 90s, and it was about early 90s, and it was about like this is when TV shows had no rules. This is where they could throw the most horror thing you would call it. Like, did you ever watch Goosebumps?
Yeah,
That shit was scary as fuck, and that was like kids' TV.
I used to love Goosebumps.
Nah,
I
Goosebumps was
couldn't
scary,
watch that,
man.
man.
I was saying,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Are you afraid of the dark?
See
used to
that,
come
like they didn't have no rules, so Animorph was as scary as Goosebumps in it, and it was talking about like basically there's like this alien race. I can't remember. They're not called Animorphs, but they're called something else, and like they look like basically they got like a body of a goat, but then a body of a humanoid. Like it was weird.
It's like a chimera.
Yeah, and then but they can morph into different animals or shapeshift.
Can I interject? So basically, we call them in Islam. We call them jinns.
Yeah, but I know what
okay.
jinns are though. They're like your spirits, innit?
So obviously, we're beings made of water and earth, innit?
Yeah.
These are beings that were created before mankind, and they were created of fire, like the smokeless fire.
Yeah.
That is part of the fire, so they in a sense control not the air, but they can teleport from dimension to different things.
So, but I know that.
We were always told they exist among us.
But if a guy catches a jinn can make a wish. I know.
No, that's obviously the media representation of the genie, like 3 wishes and he grants you. Like,
But I thought jinn can make wishes as well.
it's like it's through black magic, so
Yeah.
magicians and stuff, and they have some kind of ability where they do magic tricks and stuff like that.
Okay.
But us growing up, we were always told they live amongst us.
Yeah.
You have to stay from certain areas. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you have to read a prayer before you go into
A set
or
area.
something, but- Sorry.
Okay. No.
That
yeah.
whole thing about jinn makes sense because again, when I was saying before, like a lot of these things that are created are based off truth. It's like that whole he's talking about jinn and he's talking about the whole fire morphing and stuff, bro. That was in Yu-Gi-Oh. That was.
No, but don't you know they take that from like different mythology? Like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
pharaoh was obviously taken from the pharaoh.
Yeah, I know
Pharaoh.
that, and you've got flipping what with the 5, the Exodia,
Yeah.
and stuff like the Iris, the
Yeah.
Egyptian gods and all stuff like
Because
that.
they use the anchor as one of the
Yeah, they do. I used to love Yu-Gi-Oh, man.
So-
Yu-Gi-Oh bangs.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's
A
not-
lot of these TV shows or kids cartoons use religion or things to push into like another like medium. So it's like you don't know you're getting educated.
Yeah,
But
when
you
you're
actually-
younger, but when you're
yeah.
older, when you look back and you're like, rah. Because when I watched Yu-Gi-Oh again, it was on, I don't know if it's still on Netflix. It was on Netflix.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Yeah. Like, I watched every single episode, every series in, like,
I'm still going
in a
through
week. And when I was watching back, and then when you were talking about, like, Iris and Yugi with his necklace, pendant necklace, then he goes into his altar. I was like, rah, that's all, like, Egyptian gods, and they're actually Egyptian gods, and, you know, you can get, I can't remember the names of them.
Names a few: Obelisk the Tormentor,
Or Obelisk the Tormentor, there's
Slifer the Sky Dragon,
that one.
Winged Dragon of Ra.
They're actually Egyptian like gods, and Iris is the only one I can properly remember. She comes into it later on, and
That's the big one.
Yeah. Those all concepts are like based off like actual real life, and then they make it into cartoon, which is mad. But the whole the aliens thing, I do think also, this is gonna sound a bit crazy, but I'll say it anyway. Aliens are kind of linked to AI as well.
Okay.
I think that like this whole pushing of AI,
think so.
oh shit. It's all linked, and it all comes from a specific kind of like whole genre.
Yeah.
Like the way they're dripping AI into us slowly and slowly and slowly, it comes from a place. I don't know what the end goal is, but like I know there's a lot of people who.
But it's to transfer our mindset into AI. That's what I feel like that's the end goal. To start selling AI as a unit to be like, you know what, yeah, if you die, you could actually live on.
What, like Black Mirror?
Yeah, like that Black Mirror.
Yeah.
There's a
100%.
couple in Black Mirror, but that's like, again, Black Mirror seems ahead of its
No,
time.
too
because
ahead of its time.
I feel like the writer, shout out to Charlie Brooke, because I know man's name, because I looked into him, because I was like, how is he getting these kind of ideas and
Yeah.
stuff? He must know some stuff, because he's written certain things, like the first Black Mirror thing came out 2013 or 12 with Daniel Kaluuya, and then like how things have progressed, they're happening in real life, and I'm like, come on. You can't be.
Yeah, but then you just need to think about it, yeah. You just need to look at it and be like, what's the next step in everything? So you need to think like, he's really looked at it and be like, all right, cool. It's like, for me, I would have been like, say like 10 years, or not even 10 years ago, 20 years ago, you'd be like, 20 years ago was kind of the start of the internet, and telephone. You could be like, the integration of maybe phones and telephone, that is the next future. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then these are the things to try and communicate with people together. It's just trying to think which is the next step. And
No,
then
I know this kind of, it's that kind of like, I'm trying to think ahead to what may happen to predict it. But some of them are just really so accurate, where it's like, it's actually happening.
yeah,
But I'm trying to think of the process of when he was thinking of writing this and coming up with the concepts, and then it comes out 5-6 years later. It's like, it's almost as if he knew already.
Yeah.
Because some of them are too like,
spot on.
yeah. Some of the Black Mirror, the concepts are mad. Like they are crazy. But a lot of them, I think, they will. Like, even if they haven't been made,
It's
will.
gonna come to pass.
Yeah, it will come
Yeah.
to fruition like soon enough. Like
Crazy.
that one you're talking about when you say like people are past where you can upload.
Yeah.
There's two Black Mirror episodes. So one's called Be Right Back in season 3, and there's one in season 4. So the one in Be Right Back is where the woman's husband gets knocked by a car,
Okay.
and then they go to the doctors and they're like, oh, he's dead, whatever. But we can bring him back to life as a body of a robot, where he'll look exactly the same, but he doesn't have the same kind of like human interaction, but he'll just do the basics. But he's almost like perfect. So like they have sex, and then he's just like continuously going, and they're like, he's like, you want me to stop? And then she's just like, nah, this is too weird. Everything's too on point. Everything's too perfect. And then she'll do something, and then he'll be like, "Oh, you okay?" And then she's like, "Nah, it's the human doesn't react the same all the time." Do you know what I mean?
Isn't there weren't there a TV show on like the BBC called Humans or something?
Yeah, I think so. But I never watched it.
I only watched like a couple of episodes, but
Nah, wasn't he? Was he doing Heroes?
No.
No.
Oh,
Was it Humans?
I
Maybe.
know there's one with one Chinese lady.
Yeah, that's the one I'm
On
talking
Channel
about.
4.
Yeah.
It's about like building robots, and then it's a model, and
Oh, I
then
don't know, I
they
haven't
based
seen it.
this Chinese lady off a series of models. Is that the
That's
one?
the one, yeah, Channel 4.
I didn't watch it. They made the advert like the actual marketing for the actual TV show
Sick.
was actually sick, because they made the advert out to be like you can buy this model of whatever or what product it's gonna be. And then, but I didn't watch it, so I felt like it was weird. So I can't really tell you what it was about. But the marketing side of it was quite sick.
nah,
That's the one you're on about, isn't it?
Yeah, the Chinese one.
Yeah.
It wasn't that many episodes though.
But you done two
yeah.
series.
Just two
That
series.
was it,
Well,
yeah,
what
yeah.
happened?
I only seen like a couple of episodes, or I must have finished at the first season or whatever. But everything's fine, but the woman's a bit like skeptical to sort of like accept.
She's a cleaning lady in it, or a model. I know it's a model because
It's
yeah,
a model. I think
yeah.
if I can remember correctly, the original, it was based off an original, like the original woman, but then they took her likeness, but then they found out that like the government or whoever it was taking people's faces and identities and then making these other people, and then some people would like override like their conscious or override like their programming, and some of them would do like bad things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, everything.
That's what will happen, you know.
Everything
Yeah,
fucked up when he tried to beat her in it.
He tried to beat her.
Yeah.
He tried to smash.
Basically, he took off the parental controls. Then there's certain other controls that you can set for them. So he took it off, and man wanted to palm in it.
Can you palm?
He tried to palm, and then the woman found out.
Who found out?
His wife,
Okay, and then what happened?
bro. Then it gets mad.
Okay.
So like basically,
It's just the way you went. Then it gets mad.
so basically, yeah, he's trying to like save her, but she's trying to kill.
Save who? Big
Josh,
one.
Wait there. Okay, wait there. So, the human, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Not the human. Sorry, whatever she's called, yeah. Let's call her Alex or something, yeah. The wife of the guy, yeah, is trying to kill Alex,
Okay.
yeah, because obviously he's trying to palm. So she's like, she needs to go. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
But he's trying to say, look, it's his mistake. It's his fault. Yeah.
Yeah.
You shouldn't get rid of her because there's other uses for her.
So she's trying to kill her.
Obviously,
But man took off the locks. I'm bare confused. This is man's problem.
yeah, it's man's problem. Do you know
So
what I
did
mean?
he fuck in the end?
Nah, didn't beat, bro. Because basically, his wife found out because when she went to go do something in the settings, it's showing when the locks were last turned off. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
But obviously, only her and him have access to do that because they're the adults. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So that's how he got.
Do you know
found
what's
out.
mad? Yeah. Why do people need to go and fuck anything, man? Let the robot be. Like, nah, for real. Like, what kind of fuck you be fucking?
Yeah, but
I
have
don't
you
even
seen
know.
them sex dolls though? Some of them look hella realistic.
But I can never fuck a sock.
I'm not saying I'd ever would, but some of them look hella realistic.
No,
Like
we'll keep the
there was
realistic over there.
there was a video
What's that
that
one called a pocket pussy?
Ross, that one's like a flashlight or whatever it's called, something like that. Yeah, it's called a flashlight.
You man are sick.
It's not that we have But yeah, have you seen? There was a prank that this guy did on his girlfriend because he got like a sex doll and like bent her over the couch like that. The sex doll, and like you can just it looks like a woman really because she's got long hair. You just see like a hoodie, but she had, like no pants on the sex doll, and he was like standing behind her, and then the wife opened the door when she came in. And the wife was ready to swing. Like she came to do karate kick on.
I don't know
Haven't I
how
seen-
I would like. I don't know how I'd like it to see my man fuck a.
He wasn't actually, but he was like. In
Yeah,
the
but
pub,
even
he
I'd
knew.
rather him smash a bed than me come back and see him smash a pocket pussy or a sex doll.
Regardless whether it was real or fake, I would lose it.
Yeah, you
I
would lose it.
I would
No,
lose
but the
it.
way she came in, ready for action, man. She was coming in doing.
Okay, question then. So you know how you're saying like that? would you be happier to see your missus masturbate or if your missus came back to see you use a pocket pussy?
Wait, the
Pocket
what?
pussy's for man though.
Pocket pussy, man.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's a bit weird to say this fucking pussy stuff, man.
I ain't touching no sex toys, so she can masturbate.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
So what? Wait, what are you trying to say? Like, you
So
would
is it
rather
okay-
her masturbate or have it like a sex doll or something?
no, is it okay for a woman to go and buy a vibrator and fuck with that, and
Yeah.
a man to be having a pocket pussy?
Yo, if
Yo,
they
she
need
can
to
do
relieve
what she
tension,
wants, but when
yeah.
I'm there, it's go time.
I don't know, man. That pocket pussy stuff sounds a bit mad.
Yeah, but that's for
me.
man. That's not for gal.
Yeah, it actually sounds. It actually, I'm trying to
Have you
imagine.
seen? Do you know what it looks like?
Yeah,
I don't even know what
yeah.
it looks like.
Looks
Oh,
like
it's
a
like
flashlight with pussy in it.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Pussy.
No, really
No,
though.
no,
Like,
for real.
with the lights meant to be, that's what it looks like. It's a bit,
So
a bit
then-
crazy.
Then I'm just thinking about it. Free, that's a bit mad still.
Yeah, but I'd rather if you come home to your missus. To yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's a bit mad.
I'd rather her be using something than another guy.
And then, yeah, but I don't know. Imagine telling a girl, yeah, I got a pocket pussy.
You'd never tell a gal that, or you?
I want to tell somebody that.
Oh,
to see
wait,
their
actually,
reaction still,
sorry for
you know.
Sorry for shouting in the mouth. So I got sent this on Messenger. So this is a toy that was put on Amazon. Yeah, is this the link you're talking about? No.
That's porn Amazon.
Yeah, what's
No,
porn
no.
Amazon?
So this, yeah. I'll show it to you, man, also as well. Yeah.
But what's porn
So
Amazon?
basically-
though?
Yeah,
wait,
wait,
big man. What's porn Amazon first of all?
No, it was put on Amazon, not put on
Oh,
Amazon.
he said porn
I
Amazon.
said
innit?
put on.
Okay.
So basically, yeah, from what I remember from this article, yeah, that you're looking at now, this guy bought his partner, right? Like this, like sex toys, like a vibrator or something like that. Yeah, he didn't realize that this toy was doing a mazza.
Okay.
Like she was getting hella enjoyment out of it, so much so to the fact that like when it was time for him to do stuff, she wants to use that all the time. Do you know what I
Ras.
mean? Anyways, he put a review on Amazon about this thing, yeah, and you see his review on it, and when you read the review, it's long,
Buy it
but
if
it
you
is
want
jokes.
exorcism.
Have you see what they say there?
I'm reading that's the title. Buy it if you want exorcism.
Buy it if you want exorcism.
Yeah.
What? How? What, what does the thing do to you?
He said he bought. Sorry. Remember, English is not my first language. Okay. So he said, buy if you want exorcism. Okay, so I bought this for my girlfriend because I really don't like giving her head. It's nothing against her, I just don't like doing it. So I saw this and thought that we should like, so she would like the sensation of both penetration and oral stimulation at the same time. Didn't have high hopes for this due to the price and expected it to be pretty weak. But I tried it. Wait, how'd you put on your fucking brightness? Mad. I didn't have high hopes for this due to the price and expected it to be pretty weak, but I tried it nonetheless. I was a little tricky at first to try find a position that worked for both of us. Then when we found it, it was go time. So I slid it in. She turned it. She did it onto the first setting and we got going. About 30 seconds, she pressed the toy down and well, I can't remember the rest. What happened?
Oh,
What
So
did
with
it
the-
like? Was it going
With the-
so hard that like?
no. So wait, there is this bit happened. This is funny.
It cuts off now. Wait, hold on.
Wait there. I'll tell you what happens now.
Okay.
So you can't remember the rest because basically she was getting an orgasm, yeah,
Yeah.
and she kicked him.
No way.
He was knocked out.
Oh shit.
That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna. That's what I was gonna say. Like, was it so intense
Apparently,
that
she instantly came that hard that her leg kicked out, hit my jaw, and I went flying back and landed on the radiator. She thought that she had killed me. All in all, after a few paracetamols and a frozen bag of peas off my jaw, it's a good toy. If
Yo,
you,
but how far did man fly?
know.
28 sounds is
I
like
actually want to
fucking
buy this toy.
Russ.
It's sold out, isn't it?
Is it actually sold out?
I haven't checked. It says on there though.
Oh yeah, I was put that disclaimer in there. I haven't checked though.
Yo, Amazon Prime that bad boy.
That's bad. Yeah, I ain't into that. Again though, that's funny because Black Mirror have another episode called Striking Vipers. I don't know whether you
Fucking
man
pussy.
seen it. Yeah, you seen it, Troy? Where they're flipping the two guys. They're basically their childhood friends, but they get this new computer game, and they keep playing this computer game. But when they're in the simulation of the computer game, the virtual reality, he's a man and the other one's a woman. But
Yes.
then they end up in the. I don't care if no one's seen it because it's been out for time, so this is a spoiler. But in the actual simulation, his character ends up like smashing the other character, and then they're like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" But they can feel it themselves though, and then they end up enjoying it. And then like, the wives find out.
Yeah, that was a mad episode.
Yeah, it was a mad. When I was watching, I was like, "What the hell, Captain America, man? What's going on?" He needs to be stripped of that title.
Captain, I am the captain now.
It was actually Captain America that did the smash.
Yeah, he's the I can't remember his
Steve Rogers.
No, not Captain, not
Not his actual name.
no, yeah, but not actual Captain America. I mean, at the end of the Avengers, they anoint the new Captain America, the black one.
Oh yeah.
Can't remember his name though.
I don't know.
He's the same guy we were talking about in 8 Mile.
Falcon.
Yeah, he's the same guy, Clarence.
Oh shit! Yeah, that was him.
Yeah, it's the same one.
mad thing.
Yeah, but yeah.
Apparently this thing sucks. So
Bro, you're doing a hell of research, yeah.
I Amazoned it, innit?
How much is it?
Oh yeah,
You get different prices. You can get an £8 one. You can get a £32 one, which sucks the breast.
Oh my god.
12 frequency sucking, so it sucks everywhere.
Yeah, but this is for women though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not for us.
Yeah, but the way you're researching it. I was going in.
Just be careful. I'm on a one click to buy.
So you can. So while you fucking, you just put it on different parts and. Just. You know when you suck breast.
I'll make them noises though.
One of
I
them
make
comes
them
out the
noise,
mouth.
man.
Do it again.
This is a mad thing.
Just them.
It's a mad thing. Well, you may as well ask the question that you were asking before the
Go on.
pod
What was the question?
about the Instagram or whatever.
Oh. Fuck. I forgot what
So
it was.
you said something along the lines of, what would you rather have an average girl?
Okay,
what looks?
yeah. So no. It's not have. So you met a girl and she's average, but then you follow on Insta and her Insta's a 10. Or would you want to follow? Wait, let me say it again. You met a girl, she's average, she follows you on Insta, her Insta's a 10, and you're like, whoa, her Insta's banging, and you're more attracted to the Insta. Or you find a girl on Insta, her Insta's a 10, you DM her, you meet her, and she's average.
First of all, in person. I need to see them in person. I'd rather see them in person, first of all, rather than any kind of internet thing. Because one, Instagram's, you can make yourself a persona. Like anyone can be popping on Instagram, to be honest, and angles and filters and all stuff. So I'd rather meet them in person. And two, I don't really DM gal off Insta like that. More time, I like to see people in person, or I kind of know them, because I feel like it's too awkward to do it. I don't know about you, man. You man are professors, got a masters in DM.
I haven't DM'd for time, bro.
Yeah, I haven't DM'd still.
Yeah, if I see a girl on Insta, I think it's too weird. If I don't know you, it's a bit too weird. Like, you ain't gonna...
I don't think from the people that I've met from Insta.
Like, I don't use Insta as a dating site, basically. Lots of people do, and
Yeah.
that's fine, but
I think
personally,
sliding into people's DMs is a lot easier than doing Tinder and Hinge.
No, it is, but I just don't do...
All these dating apps, man, it's too much for me, bro. Like, got one boy. Where'd you meet at Tinder? Yeah. Everything's Tinder for man.
I swear.
See, that was mad, yeah. Tinder back in uni. I think second year, that's when I stopped using it. I used to swipe, but I used to be bare picky with it, yeah. So I'd swipe, be like, nah, not this one, not this one. But when I match, I'm like, shit, what do I do now?
Yeah,
Do you
it's
know what I mean?
awkward, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
like, that's why I find it on Insta, though, as well. I'm just like, oh...
But my
So you
boy
can't
would just...
I don't always DM anyone. I just can't be asked me, man. I don't have that energy.
But then, sometimes when you match, they message you. And then that's when like, okay, cool. They've took their time to message me. I might as well throw a compliment back and then see how things goes. But the bio used to be a little bit wiggy though.
I didn't put out
What's wiggy?
Like skew with, like not with it.
These
Wow.
ad-libs are massive.
No, like do you want to see?
wiggy?
Do you want to see like a bio? Yeah, and it's just a bit like.
No, I know
Like-
what you mean, but
like-
I don't really put anything in a bio for Tinder.
You've
No.
never heard that term wiggy?
Never in my life.
I'm not going to use it again.
Maybe,
then.
but not
And you have to
used how
stop
you
using
use it.
skew whiff as well.
Skew with.
I don't know what you're trying
No,
to do.
I
with it.
nearly said it again, but then I looked at you and I was like, oh, I've said that.
But you did say it again.
Yeah, it's a word I use all the time.
It's part of his
I
repertoire.
only heard skew whiff the other day when you said it in the pod. And I looked at you like, wow, what the fuck, skew whiff?
I've heard it before, but
Have you heard-
wiggy, I don't know what man's talking about wiggy there,
Alright,
but
alright,
Let's
alright.
get wiggy with na 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 na.
That's jiggy with it, innit?
Yeah, we have to
jiggy
swig it in it.
Okay.
I don't know what.
Alright, but yeah, no, I think I'd have an average girl, man. She can look 10-10 on Insta if she
But-
wants to, but
The word average is subjective because
All right. Let me say it again, proper.
no, you already said it, but I'm just saying like average.
I don't mean average. I mean, it actually sounds really bad to be fair, because I could be average to a lot of people, and then I could be like dead to a lot of people. So someone who's not attractive, someone you're not so someone you were not attracted to in the beginning, you seen her Insta and you was like, oh shit, she's attractive from Insta,
Yeah.
or that's the best way to say it, innit?
Yeah, no, sorry, someone just sent me a message.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, no,
okay,
no, not about me. Nah,
okay.
I'll have to show you after the pod.
And then you found an attractive Insta, but then when you seen her in person, she wasn't as attractive. That's actually quite a good way to say it.
Yeah,
That was actually really good. I'm
but
proud
I
of
don't
myself.
know. It's just
I'm actually really proud of that.
the cleverest monkey in the jungle.
Yes.
the black
Man.
The black.
What's a clever monkey?
I don't know.
What's the one from Planet of the Apes? My man that speaks Cecil.
Oh,
George.
Caesar.
Caesar.
Oh, what's
Cecil.
Well,
Who's George?
Bro, I don't even
Curious.
know, fam.
that went over your head, didn't it?
Curious George.
Hey, come on.
I said Cecil though.
I thought that was his name.
What did you?
Yeah,
wasn't
it's Caesar. It's Caesar.
Cecil, you know. That's funny. But yeah. I don't know. I think that's the end of the party.
Okay.
I didn't even do this all that man. I was tired.
I'm all tired.
I'm
I'm
Ah,
tired.
cool. We can. I can think of something out the top of my head.
I started it, but I couldn't really bother finishing it. I only had two.
I'll give you 2 and I'll do 4.
Okay, I did Rubik's Cube or yo-yos.
Rubik's Cube. No, yo-yos.
I had
For
bare
yo-yos.
enjoyment with
Yeah.
yo-yos.
Yo-yos, bang.
Okay.
And then the next one, bear with me, play elevator music.
I've got it. Rubicon or Fanta Fruit Twist.
Depends what
Rubicon.
flavour Rubicon is.
I
the
like
pink
guava
one?
to be fair. But
I
I
like
don't know.
guava.
Do you like guava?
Yeah.
I think lychee's the best one.
Lychee is really good as well. Okay. Lychee, Rubicon or Fanta Fruit Twist.
Lychee Rubicon.
Lychee.
Fanta fruit twist, I feel like you got to be in the mood for it.
Yeah.
You can always have it. It's versatile. You know, it's like Jordan Henderson. Like, does the job. It's not like spectacular, but it's versatile.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
The only other one I had was present or future.
In what context?
Any context you want to take
How many
it.
gifts? That was actually quite good.
It was.
I'd
However,
I'll take the future one because what's done, innit?
I said present.
rather do the
What?
I said present.
or
Present
future.
or what?
Or future.
Yeah, I said future, didn't I?
Yeah, but you said what's done and's done. That's the past.
Yeah, well, presents
I
now.
was actually
though.
gonna say that. I was gonna say past as well. So.
Oh yeah. You want to live in
I was
yesterday?
actually gonna say, yeah, I could go back to the past and change things so my future's good. And everyone's like, oh yeah, the present's on. Like,
Man,
oh,
this man
shit.
thinks he's the Flash or something.
Nah, at least you said it first before I did.
It's alright. I have to say one stupid thing today.
No, it wasn't daft. It was just how you said it. What's done is done. But I guess as soon as the presents happen, it's the past.
I know, man. Like 2 seconds ago.
Exactly. We're in the future already. Overhead. Aliens are coming.
But did you know if you go to Australia, yeah? If you go to Australia and spend New Year's Eve in Australia and then fly, if you spend New Year's Day to
It's
Australia,
going back in time.
hey, actually going
Yeah.
back in time.
Mad. Time travel, bro.
So then, did you know that you actually become 8 hours less aged?
Nah, that doesn't make sense. Biologically, nah.
I was chatting shit.
I was gonna say, what's it?
Yeah.
I'm onto you, man.
But that's have you ever heard the whole interstellar thing? Have you heard that? Like, so basically, if you go into space and you travel a distance, so they actually say that what they say is, I'm trying to not butcher this. I'm actually trying to not butcher this. So basically, time is actually not real. So
Time is irrelevant.
in space.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
there's no
yeah.
actual time.
Yeah.
And because there's no actual time, you're not aging.
Well, the concept of time's like man-made, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then time revolves around like just space, basically.
Yeah.
So then these people who go into interstellar, they're aging. They're not the time that they're aging that come back, or the time that they're aging is like they're not because time hasn't passed for them. So it's like, okay, now I'm gonna say it properly. I figured it out in my head. So basically, time is a reference to light. So
Yeah.
So basically, from your distance, from where Trey is to where the cathedral, for the presence of the light to shine to hit Trey's eye is the distance of what you see relatively in time. So that's how time passes. So from that light to hit my eye is actually, it's already hit my eye. It's just taking time to process to hit my eye.
Yeah, I get it.
So because now you're in space, there's just a vast distance. There's nothing there's nothing passing by. So you're not actually, the distance between that and that is not hitting. So because you're there, for you to come, say I went to Mars to come back, time has passed, but time hasn't passed for me. But does that mean my biological clock has ticked? Or
If you're a human, yeah. If you're non-human, then that's.
but physically and the period of time that long hasn't passed for them. But on Earth, it could be a couple of days for you. But on Earth, it's been like a whole decade, and you've aged. Does that mean my biological clock's aged as well?
I don't even.
Gotta ask Goku.
I think it would,
Which-
but it wouldn't.
Biological clock.
On Interstellar, when he came back and his kids were all like grown up.
But he was young. He was the same age. But then is his insides an 80-year-old man?
I think the insides can't
So you mean
change
like
that.
if your physical body makeup might be different?
Yeah.
To like what's actually
Because-
the time.
Yeah.
But I don't know because I feel like they tried to do that in the Avengers, but with the whole
Time travel stuff.
yeah. But like
yeah.
everyone was kind of the same when they came back, so I don't know. That's too complicated.
Oh,
But
wow.
we'll let that simmer.
And
let
also
everyone-
like I saw on Joe Rogan's, he was talking about like this guy was talking about simulations and consciousness, and he's saying that like what we think is real might not even be real because we're all in a simulation. And then Joe Rogan was asking like, how do you know we're in a simulation? Like it went on for ages.
That's the concept of the Matrix.
Yeah, but their conversation was so stupid. It was like Joe Rogan asking, and then he was like, well, we can't tell you how he's asking. So he's like, how do you know? But he's like, well, I can tell you because of my simulations. Like,
But that's what they
Gary
say
Sharon.
deja vu is, though. Things that you've seen or things that you haven't relived.
yeah.
So the simulation that we are.
But the whole thing of time as well, there's consciousness, because like what is consciousness is time, and time is light, and light is space, and we just need to do it another time. Like you need to get someone
We
who's
need a scientist. If
Yeah,
anybody
or-
knows a scientist,
or someone into
I know a
astrology,
scientist.
not even astrology, it'll be
stars
physics.
and makeup. Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
I know somebody.
Who do you know?
His name's Joe.
I don't know if you just threw in a
I
name.
don't know.
His name's Joe.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
What-
Joe, man.
What type of science does he not do?
Bro, man is the waviest guy ever.
Not skew with.
No.
Not wiggy.
His name's Joe. I'll tell you after the pod.
Okay.
I don't know. You seem very confused.
I don't know.
I don't know if you're serious.
If he was on this podcast right now, yeah, I think I'd be even more bamboozled as I was before.
I
but
get man like
man
Joe.
studies all these things.
Joe,
Okay.
where you at in there?
Yeah, we'll holler at Joe.
Do you know this Joe?
He works in our work, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Joe,
Yeah.
if you listen to the pod,
Yeah, mom.
get ready to get wiggy with.
I've got some questions.
I must say get wiggy with. But yo,
Mazzolini.
this is us then. So yo, we're Front Left Podcast.
Yeah, mom. Plug your socials.
I'm Josh _LFTS. Come on.
I am Trey LVP on the Insta.
And I'm Teskey on everything you want.
Front Left Podcast on the Instagram and on Twitter, Front Left Pod.
Alright, cool.
That's us. Peace.
Peace.